Streaming, welcome, bow betters. Welcome to MMA Sip and Smoke. I'm your host, Roberto, bringing you the best in beer and cigars. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Glad you could make it in. As you make it in, please hit comment, like, and subscribe to the channel. I know I haven't said anything yet, and that might irk some people, but you know, we got a community to try to grow here. Today we have a special cigar. I've not tried these cigars from Nomad before, but before I continue, let me confirm that indeed we are live. Welcome, welcome. I forgot to put on my theme music, guys. I forgot to put on the theme music. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Yeah, we are on. We are on, guys. So we're going to continue on here with the cigar and beer review. I've not had this Nomad Cigars before. I've not had any Nomad Cigars before. They are a boutique cigar company, at least what I call it, like a small batch or boutique. They have this cigar, I believe, is made for them by AJ Fernandez, as you can see on the title or the title card, or little card that I have in front of you. It actually states where the filler is. It says a Nica Ecuadorian fillers, and what is the binder is a Sumatran leaf binder, probably also from Ecuador. So the fillers are Nicaragua and Ecuador, and then the Sumatran binder, and this is in the Grand Toro size. Let me get to, the camera on me, guys. Welcome, 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 bow betters. Hope everyone's doing really well. Yeah, today is the kind of day I try to figure, whoa, that's on the YouTube. That's the way I look on YouTube right now. Interesting. I'm not supposed to be doing that. We don't want the YouTube. We want me there for the time being. Oh, the YouTube didn't look bad. Welcome, people. Yeah, the Nomad cigar. Take a look at that cigar. I love Sumatra cigars. I wanted to test out this cigar company, Nomad. Really box pressed, excellent box press shaping. And smells really good. Take a look at that. Nomad Cigars. It doesn't have any, oh no, it says the S-307 on there, right? So it does say that. And what does that say? Good at God dead? I don't know what that is. God E-A, no, that's F. Man, I can't barely, I'm going blind. But there's something else on the label there. But this is the S-307. Regardless of the names, it's easy to, I guess, remember. I'm all bundled up because I'm here in the garage, and it's snowing outside in Chicago. Man, I get some good, great earth tones on this. It's going to be probably on the fuller side of the spectrum. And we got the Sour Victory Sour Monkey beer, right? That's what our IPA beer is today. I've had these, not the Sour Monkey, but I've had these beers before. This is a strong sour triple IPA, 9.5, 9.5. That means, you know what that means? You know what that means. You gotta get fucked up. You drink all 6 of them. This thing has like the potency of, what is it, like 3 Bud Lights or something? You know what I mean? It's potent. Yeah, it's got a very light, for being a triple IPA, it's got a very, very light look to it, very golden. I like the little effervescence, though. It's tough for you guys to see that. I'm feeling that effervescence and the light bubbles of almost like champagne of beers. Let's try this, because I'm on a beer. Beer! It's okay to have beer! That is sour. That is sour. And I usually don't go for these sort of sour beers, but it didn't seem to have many other notes. It has got some apple in there. It's like a big sour apple. It is fruity notes, imported Belgian yeast, swirled through pieces of souring, pucker up a bite of citrus-laden tang, ending with a delectable experience. It's a malt pilsner, okay? The malt is pilsner. The hops is Tettentang. And it's got brewmaster approval from Bill and Ron. So there's the tasting notes, people. Let me put that better on the camera. There you go. There you go, people. Welcome. Yes, you know we're always drinking and having different stuff here on the show, guys. Watch Tech is the Pink Timex quartz. One of the few quartz watches I have. I don't do quartz very much, but it's one of them I have. Let me see if there's anybody in the chat. But welcome, Bob Betters. How does this thing get wet? What did I? Oh, when I washed the glass. The glass was a little sticky, and I wanted to. That's the Nomad Cigar tab. Okay, no, that's the, yeah, there's the YouTube one right there. As usual, no one in the chat. If you are listening, please comment, like, subscribe, right? Get in there in the chat. We're going to light this sucker up, man, but this is a very sour beer. And like I was saying, man, you could, it's tough to have a six-pack of those. Like, I'm probably going to have 3 with this beer. I mean, with this cigar. It's highly drinkable, and you could guzzle it, but the souring is, it's too much candy. It's overwhelming, but it's awesome that it has that character. I wonder if what they use in terms to get it in terms of sour flavoring. I love that it has a hint of apple. It almost tastes like a really, like not quite a sparkling, like, yeah, sparkling champagne, right? A sparkling wine that has a lot more of an apple base to it. And that's what I'm getting. That's the note I'm getting most of on this cigar. But welcome, Bow Betters. Last week was pretty good. I erased the post-fight stream, not only because it would look like crap and we were intoxicated, but half of it didn't have sound. I was drunk when I set it all up, and obviously didn't set it up properly again, where you could hear me, but you couldn't hear my guests that were coming through on FaceTime. So I have to figure out that setting, if I could do multiple mic settings, and I think I can. So I'm gonna have to figure that out, how to do that, and I will. I would prefer that they just get on, or maybe I use a different application rather than FaceTime, and we do a Zoom maybe. I don't know. I don't know what people use, but maybe if I could get them to use an OBS client so they can join me, was what I would prefer. But we have to get them to do it. So yeah, the Nomad Cigar. These guys are out of Texas. They make a lot of flavored cigars, like cookies and cake, and I wouldn't say flavorings, but they do that sort of type of cigar. I love Sumatra wrappers. I went there trying to find some of their more exclusives, like cookies and cream, and they had a few other different flavors that people have raged about, like a strawberry shortcake, right? So they've had, and it's, again, just like the cigar we had last time, the Pomodoro, where it was a whiskey barreled cigar. I was hoping to try one of those that it wasn't like artificially flavored, that they got the mix and they're just using those descriptions or names to, as notes of the cigar, right? So that's what I was hoping with that. But yeah, it's cold, and I got to keep the garage door open partially. I'm gonna do a V cut on this. You can't go wrong with the V cut, right? I'm gonna go with the V cut because it's a nice box press, right? The V is gonna sit in there really well, right? I'm not gonna hold it too close to my computer. I don't want the little ashes. That's a little small for the little PP cut. I could do another cross, but I'm not going to. I'm going to keep it at this V. Yeah, it's going to hold that V well. It's got like a hint of chocolate. Nice cedar aging. Nice cedar aging. I didn't reload the lighter, so hopefully we're going to get enough juice on this baby to light this. And I think you would hope that cigar fill would last more than one cigar, since I filled it last with, and the box pressing on this is so evident. It's like super box pressed. And I don't know how that works out. Like when AJ Fernandez produces a cigar for them, I guess they purchase allotments of tobacco. They create their blend of what AJ Fernandez has, and they say, okay, we want this, we want A, B, and C, and you guys are going to roll them for us, and we're going to put it under our name. So that Nomad doesn't really technically grow any of its own tobacco, and that's what I assume it does. And I assume this for a lot of cigar brands out there, right? They have some of these. So this is, AJ Fernandez makes great product, as we all know. I'm a big fan of all the AJ Fernandez cigars. They're their lines and the family of their cigars. They make some fantastic, fantastic smokes. So please comment, like, and subscribe if you have, or if you're not a subscriber, please subscribe. Hit the notification bell because I do go on infrequently and randomly. That's probably why I don't have a lot of subscribers nor viewers. Is because I don't have like a steady viewing time. But I appreciate any of you that come in. The more and more you subscribe, I'd appreciate it. I saw a guy cigar channel the other day. He has 13 videos and he actually has more subscribers than I have. I mean, that's doing good, but he was a nice African-American gentleman. The only thing I didn't like about his presentation or his stuff is that he uses the word sticks to describe the cigars, and I think that's just a little disrespectful, and I just don't do it. It's not classy. Keep it classy, people. All right, this thing's lit. Once it's lit, you don't need any more flame to it. This is nice, man. I always say that, don't I? Fantastic draw. Hints of chocolate. Little spice to start. Little pepper to start. Good, like that has that pastoral quality. Almost jungle-like. Almost jungle-like. That's why I like the Sumatran. It has more of a jungle profile. It's just a little sterner. It's more robust. It's earthy, but not as peaty. It's more of a moist soil, right? Oh, the chat disconnected for a while. I don't know why. Yeah, much spicier cigar. Hints of pepper, like on the lips, which is to be expected. The Sumatran tobacco. So even though this supposedly comes from an older batch, at least from what I read in the description, I normally don't, but I cut and pasted it. And as I was cutting and pasting in the description, you could look actually what the cigar is made out of. And then you look at the placard or the thumbnail, it also lists it. Or I could put it back up here for a moment for you guys. All right, let me just put it back up here. It's tough to, do my usual, I don't know what it is, when the JPEG I use to promote or put on the banner has the description. So where are you at, buddy? There you go. Boom. Yeah. There you see it. The Victory Monkey Sour, or Sour Monkey, I'm sorry. And then the Nomad, you see right there. Sumatran wrapper fabricated by AJ Fernandez. Is that because, let me see, this is off here? That's all right, there we go. And the fillers are Nicaraguan and Ecuadorian. Right, I'm not going to go there with their tasting notes. They had some notes on their site, but we're not going with that. But very spicy on the tongue. I still feel it after I had a. Let me how the beer cleans the palate. Let me test that out. Let me get the thing out of the banner out of the picture there. Let me try this beer with it. Oh, that cleans the palate really well. And I love how you could drink this beer almost like I drink wine. Like you could add a little air to it, and it gives, because I mentioned it had that effervescence, and you see it. You see the bubbles coming, the little teeny bubbles coming from the bottom. That's excellent. Ooh, a dog howling. Yeah, the draw from just the V cut is fantastic. So this is a finely well constructed cigar, very compact. The box pressing is insane. You can see that it is completely boxed. It looks like a piece of chocolate. It has that hint of chocolate notes with a strong spice. And I'm thinking that after this one, I'm not going to touch, because I only got a package of 5. So I'm going to have 4 after this, and I'm thinking I won't touch it for another year, if not longer. Even though they said that this age, I think it could, maybe that spice can dissipate. It can mellow out a little bit more. We'll see. We're at the start of it. So that's just my initial impression when we're going to see where we go with the rest of it. Yeah, I love that jungle finish. I wish it were even more chocolate. Get rid of a little of that spice. I should like the spice. There's no reason not to like the spice. For me, that the spicy cigars is it for me. It's just more like I'd like to find them or age them out. Age out that pepperiness, age out the spice, so that we get to it being just a smoother overall flavor profile, right? Fuller, rich, where we're getting to that cake. Like I mentioned, some of the other cigars were like, oh man, it screamed tiramisu, or it was, like a mocha cake or something like that. And, I prefer that over the spiciness that it has right now. All right, so put on the other go. We're out here. Am I the only cigar show that's in a? No, probably not the only one in a cigar. But probably no. I think I've seen last year. I saw someone outside. They were in a tent. They had the tent with a heater, right in the tent, doing smoking the cigars, and that was like my winter cigar room, and they built a tent. I don't want to do that, man. I may have to. We'll see. I don't want to spend a few $100s on a tent and a heater just to smoke. I'll survive in here as long as the air dissipates and it doesn't affect my brother's headaches and doesn't affect him too much. Fortunately, I don't have to stay in the garage too long. So we'll see. We'll see how this all goes. But very, very, full cigar. Talk about a stinky cigar. This cigar will definitely smell up the room. You'll definitely need those air purifiers and all that stuff to get this cigar smoke out of your home if you do smoke it inside. That's why we're not smoking inside. We're smoking outside. We'll talk MMA as soon as someone comes in. I honestly don't think there's a lot to talk about. We can discuss a few things, but I'm familiar with some of these fighters. Some I'm not, because there's a lot of Asian fighters, as they are in. Where are they at? They're in not Sumatra. Not Singapore. They're in a different spot this time. So the fights are going to be on in the morning. I think the fights start at 7 a.m. here in Chicago. Something like that, 6 or 7. I'm not waking up. No, thank you. No, thank you. Not waking up. Yeah, I like, the finish has that nice jungle, but it's not. Hey, there's Joey. You didn't get the, explain to people how the tip of the PP cigar? Yeah, it starts at 2 a.m.? Wow. Yeah, there's not anything on the card. I looked at it earlier, gambling-wise. Was Cody Durden on this card? I was looking, I need to analyze that fight with Cody Durden because he's a dog. Getting Cody Durden at dog money because he fights, just, for your money. I'm going to see, and I didn't actually do the analytics because I just looked at it today. I've been working. I haven't been looking at the UFC stuff when I get home. Today I had my examination for a job, potential job. Hopefully that went well. And in the morning I studied for it. And all the stuff I studied for it had nothing to do with the exam. Wasted all that. It's not wasted time. It still gets you ready. And there was a moment there where I was like, okay, I'm comfortable and got into a zone. But I think on the third half or the third part of the exam, I may not have done very well, but we'll see how it all goes. We'll see how everything goes. You know how I did. I'll know within 7 days if I get to the next phase. And it takes some time, but I have a lot of stuff going on with my life, which I'm not going to discuss here, nor am I going to really think about too much. But there is big changes coming in my life. As we get older, we know that things happen. And yeah, so I was thinking like, oh, I really wasn't in the mood to smoke a cigar. And then I thought to myself, why do I smoke cigars? And a lot of it's for the flavor. And then I was like, really, it's the only time I'm also relaxing, right? Like I'm just chilled out, even though I'm talking with you guys. I'm actually like relaxing and not looking at YouTube and not looking at political stuff and really just relaxing and chilling out. I wish I could just chill out even a little bit more, but I find that it's a challenge for me, right? So I like being here talking and discussing with you guys. I was looking at Song Kanan at plus 150. Yeah, Song's a little older, but he's good. Yeah, if he's plus money, I have to look at, is he the guy against the Russian Suluyev? Is that who he's fighting? Joey's pick of Wyman didn't hit because it didn't happen. Joey, this is a tough cigar to give a rating right now of. Again, this is the Nomad S-307, I'm sorry. It's not for everybody, and it's not like knocking me out, right? So right now I'm gonna give it like a 7.5, just because of the pepperiness and the spiciness is not there, but I know this has the potential to be in the 9 Club. I think even though it said it was from an aged release or release from years ago, I think there's something to it where and I had it in my breathing area, like out of the cello in the smoking tray. I put it in a smoking tray there for a couple weeks. I've had it for a couple weeks now, open to adapt to my humidor, and I'd recommend that to a lot of people. I think that concept. I think others do it, and I just started to do it recently myself, where I'll pick a few different cigars. Before I always went to like the bottom of my humidor or went into one of the humidors that I have within the humidor to grab a cigar. But now I've put, have the cedar tray, and I've showed you the cedar tray with cedar liners, and I put various cigars in there that I could choose from to smoke. And they're all going to be there over a week or two, if not longer. Like I think now the Stillwell cigar that I say that we're going to smoke at some point has been in there for over a month. So that's okay. It's open air in cedar wrapper, getting humidified, adjusting to my humidor. And I'm not that pretentious where I'm going to check the percentage of I just look at the overall percentage of how my humidor is doing. But some people can measure the humidity of the cigar. There is a tool for that. I know everything's really good in the humidor, and that's not really necessary, but to have that level of information or detail. But I know that the humidification is going good. Oh yes, again, Sulukev. Yeah, but the Russian dude is dangerous, man. I think he's a Sambo champion, right? And he also has a Kung Fu and Taekwondo background. So he's like really like a traditional, more martial artist, right? So let's publicize an apology to Joey Stacks. He was right. What was Joey Stacks right about? I mean, why am I going to apologize? What is it that I said about Joey Stacks that may offend him, or I didn't say. I mean, related to Big Boy, right? If you're just talking something related to Big Boy, I didn't get in that fight. I got no dog in the fight in that there. Stacks has got problems, dude. He harasses the neighbors, makes fun of people, treats people at Home Depot like shit. He's not a good guy. So I'm not going to apologize to him for shit. You know, even if I saw him in person, which I wouldn't like, hey, Joey Stacks, or I'd leave him alone. You know, I'm, I, I'm not with that dude. I'm not, you know, I don't like dudes like that. Even though people might see me like that, but you know, I'm just a crazy drunk. He's just a fucking crazy idiot. You know, it's a little different. You know, he had to move in that house. He had a better house before, and he moved into a. That's what he did. He sold his nice house for a profit. Moved into the rental that he was going to flip. He moved into that one. So he moved into a cheaper home, or he's renting out his more expensive home because no one was going to rent that shit after he fucked everything up. How not to do a flip is the way Joey Stacks did it. I bet that video is down. Like he probably took the video down because he ripped out all the paneling. He ripped out stuff that he could have used or left there. He could have just refinished that wood. That wood trim that he was pulling out, all that shit is super valuable. And what did he replace it with? Composite shit that is not even as expensive nor as nice. You know, he could have got more creative in a traditional sense or in a modern sense and flipped that house easily. He just decided to fuck it all up. That's what happens when you actually don't create a plan. Like never did he show you or did he have a floor plan of the house, design-wise or construction-wise. You never saw anything that said this wall's this size. You know, you didn't see the different paint colors on the wall. You didn't see like elements of the trim elements here or choices of elements of trim that he was going to replace, that he was going to use to replace the trim that he took out, which was fine. And there were all kinds of other stuff that he took out for no reason. It's like when you do a flip, you do, I've never done a flip myself, right? So you could say, oh, he doesn't know what he's talking about. All right, well, I've been in the home reconstruction business, sold windows, doors, siding, been in the home reconstruction business, dated a kitchen designer for years, been in, worked at Home Depot for years, talked to people, walked into plenty of projects before. Okay, whatever. Say I don't have any experience, I still would do better than him because I would have a plan. There'd be a plan. The Russian is 41, yeah. So yeah, no apology for Joey Stacks. Because the only thing I criticized him for were his bad home refurnishing skills, and those are self-evident. He put it out there for everybody. Fences, not bad. I wouldn't say he's the best. Fences he does. He could do fences all day, and he does okay with that. I still could probably find somebody better, but I don't know about the price, how he's doing it. But I wouldn't hire him because he's going to, hassle my neighbors. Yeah, I miss you, Joey. But Stacks, I wouldn't hire him because he's going to harass my neighbors. He start yelling at my neighbors, making fun of them, throwing garbage all over their lawns and all over my lawn and all over the place. No, I'm not going to hire that guy. He puts himself out there, and then you can see what it is. People could say the same thing of me. People don't see my work. At work, I'm top notch. Top notch. Top notch skateboard company, baby. Yeah, that sour beer is good, man. It's very drinkable, super drinkable for a 9.5. It doesn't have any of the strong hoppiness. It's all sour. So the sour is hiding the hoppiness, and it makes it very drinkable. Like you could just pound those, man. So I probably could do the 6. I just wonder how my heartburn's going to be after I drink 6 of those. Again, it's the Victory Sour Monkey, and I think these are distributed nationally. If you like sour beers, you're going to love this beer. If you like apple flavor or something that has lots of that kind of fruit, apple fruit, you're going to love this thing. It's like a big apple tart. The candied apple tart. If you like candied, that candy, sour candy apple stuff, you're gonna like this beer. And it's good. It's a good cigar pairing. I wouldn't say with this cigar per se. It might have been better with the Connecticut because of that apple. but I love the effervescence character that it has, and it's cleaning the palate really good. The coat would probably look better on you because it's a little tight on me. So it'd be bigger. It's just old, dude. It's too old for you. You can find other ones. Coat's not for sale. Did I attempt to, was I about to sell the coat? No, the coat's not for sale. I'm keeping the coat. I was going to sell you the watch. Yeah, the watch for sale. Coat not for sale. Net for sale. Oh, my hat fell off. You can see me. Ah! Yeah, I gotta wear the this hood thing because it's cold out here. I'm not trying to get sick as I'm out here. I'm not trying to get sick. Yeah, Muslim Sulikov or Suliev. What's his name? Muslim. Yeah, he's the weak link there. Oh man, this beer, even though it's sour, I normally don't like it, and it's sweet. It's hitting me. I'm liking it. It's got apple and melon, also some melon to it. It's fucking really good. That is more of a summer beer. That sour, I like to have in the summer. And I don't think it would go bad with food either, believe it or not. Some people are like, why would you drink that? Just, it's almost like a wine. It's almost like a white wine. Yeah, everything in the cigar is just, it's got the beginning, middle, end in the flavor sets and the notes. So it's got the notes there. It's just not blending or molding well, melting together well. And I think, over time it can. I said, I hate when people say that, and I actually say that myself. Fortunately, I'm not saying I say a lot too. I was watching a news segment today, and the CEO of that new company, Blue Sky, was doing the thing on national television. She did it like 6 times. I was like, even though I don't think that she's not smart, but it's like, oh, it was just like, chalk, scratching on the, I said the again. It was like somebody scratching their nails on the chalkboard, the screeching on the chalkboard, and I hear it. So don't do the and no, they don't know. That's why you're here. Yeah, the heater would also make a lot of noise, but I guess I would still be warm. But I'm coated up. I'm okay. We're only going to be out here for this cigar, and or maybe even sooner if I start to get cold. Because sitting down in the cold, like if you're working in this, like if I'm working out in this stuff, I don't have a problem. In fact, I'll sweat if I were working in this coat and what I have on. I'd end up like sweating. Like, I don't have a problem staying warm or working in the cold, but just sitting down, because essentially I'm doing is just sitting down in the cold. That's a whole different matter. Like you're not moving at all, and the cold could easily catch you. And I feel it a little bit. Like it starts at the legs. You start with the arms, but you just move around a little bit, and you're pretty good. Great full draw. Some of that spice is gone, by the way, and that usually happens. You could get a lot of that pepper at the start, the first third, the first, maybe even the first eighth of the cigar will have a lot more of that spice. It's gone now, which is great. I wanted it gone, it's gone. That's going to help the rating of the cigar, helps the flavors. It makes it a lot smoother, right? awesome little BP draw of the cut. Great draw. Getting big amount of smoke. Yeah, deep richness. That jungle, baby. That's why I like the Sumatran blend, even though it's from Ecuador, and Ecuador's got jungles too. It is right now much smoother. Light chocolate to that jungle earth. Really nice, really nice. To like some like the man that jungle earth with a little green there. Some people might, what I'm describing as green, they might describe that as leather. I don't think that is the case here. It has that leathery attribute because it smokes so well and like you're able to get such a draw. And it still has that little spice. Still has that little spice. You know, when I smoke a cigar and I start to drink, when I'm drunk, I get angry. We all know that. But when I smoke a cigar, it's hard for me to be angry. Hard for me to be sad right now. Like I said, I also, Joey, have a lot of, I'm stressed as well. I have a lot of stuff going on in my life, both career-wise and with my family. And it is stressful. It is stressful, but when I'm smoking the cigar here and I'm, this is sort of my peaceful space right now where it's my time and those things dissipate. You could meditate on them. You could even plan, like that's what's great about cigars. Cigars help with planning. Like if in thinking about things, if you want to write something down, you want to think something out. A cigar is good to pair with mental peacefulness as well as activity, any mental activity. You want to compose a song, you want to write draw a painting or draw something, you can smoke a cigar with that. Yeah, Joey, you can come over if you want to freeze in the garage with me for a while. You could do that. In fact, I need to get another one of the beers here, so I'm going to go and run and get those so we have a little break. In the meantime, you can listen to my theme music, and let me see if you hear me. But we'll listen to my theme music again, made by D-Rest. Hopefully D-Rest is not rested, and he's still over there with the MMA holes doing his thing. D-Rest, great artist, good guy, made my own personal music for me. Come on, dudes, come on. There you go. There you go, guys. All right, let me get a beer. I don't know if you could hear me. Hopefully I left this door open. I did. And it's nice and warm in the house. I had to turn up the little temperature a little bit because it was cold up in here. I don't know how far the... Ooh. Oh, God. All right, boom. Boom, boom. Grab this thing here. You want the light wheel? No, you're okay. We got nice air. You're getting nice and warm. Yeah, can you hear me, people? Oh, you gotta put that in here. Bring those inside too. Woo! Welcome, Bow Betters. All my theme music's still going. Victory, the sour. Check it out, check it out. Nice packaging. I'm not really into all that stuff, the sour monkey. People are, I bet this, you know what it's appealed to weed smokers. This is a weed smoker's beer, for sure. Oh, cheesy. Because the weed smokers, they're all like the sour diesel, the sour, punch, the sour this, sour that. Some of the names for beers are crazier even than the names of cigars. This cigar, the S-307, is not necessarily crazy, it's just different, right? So yeah, we put that there. Yeah, like I said, very, very drinkable. Look at how beautiful this cigar. The wrapper is just rich, luscious. Hard to see because the light is into it, but yeah. So this cigar is already an 8, right? It's getting up there. Like I said, it has the potential to be in the 9 club. I would just, I don't even know if I need to sit on this thing. I think it's just getting better and better. It is my type of cigar. I'm into deep, rich, chocolatey, jungle, very, very rich cigars. I'm just into that flavor set. That's what appeals to me most. Although that Perdomo Connecticut I had last week, I'm buying some more of those. And a lot of the other cigars, guys, please look through my catalog of videos of cigars. I've reviewed, I've done what? I've done man, have I done 100 yet? I don't think so. Maybe 40. There are a lot of cigars I've smoked. I've done a lot of reviews. I've erased some, so they're no longer on there because I've said things or did things on there that I didn't want people to see, so I would erase it later on. But I've done a lot of cigar reviews. So, and a lot of them, some are affordable, like I've done the affordable cigar thing. Not done a lot of Connecticut's, so we're gonna have to do some more Connecticut's. But most of the cigars that I have tried are pretty darn good, and have been, just met my qualifications for being a good cigar, and they're on various price points. Yeah, I don't know what it is about this beer. It has champagne qualities. Lots of effervescence, right? It's not, the carbonation is there, but it's like different. And the apple to sort of clean the palate, heavy apple, heavy in sugars, but still like 9.5 friggin' on the ABV. That's doesn't taste that way. That jungle green, that jungle pastel, jungle character, that green richness with the little chocolate in the beginning and finalizing with that green of the jungle, of the earth, as well as not quite the plantain. It's more, what is it? But it has a very green, in a positive way green, not like an unripe, what fruit? But I'm glad the spiciness is gone. I'm glad that the pepperiness is gone. Let's go. Let's see what the what is it that the manufacturer says about it. So they're old and tasty. Yeah, they were originally run in 2013. So it's already aged. So this is probably going to be his bet. Notes of sweet spice, wood, black pepper, dark cherry, and leather. Yeah, I would agree with the sweet spice because it has that spice before, and it is a little sweet. That's what I'm calling the chocolate. The wood and dark cherry, I think, to me, that's blending in. I wouldn't say dark cherry. I'm describing it more, like I said, the jungle, that jungle characteristic, which I love. I could see the dark cherry when I have the sour with it. When I drink the sour, I could definitely feel, get that drink back, that back of it being a little bit dark cherry, or what's those cherries that have been Maraschino, not Maraschino cherries. What is it? Man, I love this fucking beer with cigars. And I like more of the effervescence because it reminds me of like what I like a Pellegrino. You drink a Pellegrino, I still think the Pellegrino is one of the best things to drink with cigars because the Pellegrino really just cleans the palate so well. I like that this cleans the palate a little bit, and maraschino cherry, yeah, and it adds that little sour flavor to it, and it adds a little more sweetness that stays on your palate when you're having the cigar, and that's what complements it. That's what makes it really good. So not a bad pairing. I think this beer is very, very pairable with cigars, very appropriate with cigars, and is delightful, is more playful. It's going to mix better than some of the other ones that just sort of are on their own and don't mix with the cigars. This is a genuine cigar pairing where you're not just using the beer as a side complement. It is actually a genuine combining complement. It enhances the flavor of the cigar, enhances your experience with it. Yeah, this is a very, very nice cigar. If you're into like something that is of that flavor profile being a little stronger, oh my God, yeah. I love now that the pepperiness for me is gone, the spice is gone. You know, that light chocolatiness to the jungle, making me hungry actually, which is good. I need to eat something else. Yeah, I'm not with the green on the bottle on the beer. As you notice, guys, we're not talking much on MMA because I'm agreeing with Joy, other than maybe Song Kanan as a dog against Muslim Solikov or whatever his last name is. I think that's the way to go. If there's anything else, you guys can always just put it in the comment section. I'll address it. I don't know if I'll go back on tomorrow. My day could be full, but we'll see. We'll see how I feel. We'll see what happens. I may not be willing. It might be colder than it is today. I doubt it. I think the cold that was supposed to appear tomorrow, and it came fast. Like in the morning, it was actually chilly, like chill, but sunny and nice. Where now it just went to straight winter. Like it literally in less than a day, in a matter of hours, we went from fall, good fall, cool fall weather to winter. That's it. Fall is done. I'm telling you, I love that jungle finish, man. I think they're describing it more as like leather. For me, it's this nice green and rich flavor, almost like the unripe plantain, but a little sturdier, right? Dare I say sugar cane? No, I think the sugar. It's because of the beer. The beer is really adding a lot of sugar to my palate and to the cigar, as well as I lather the cigar with my saliva. It's going to transfer over, and there's going to be some transfer of the beer into the cigar that is going to really impact its flavor quite a bit, or affect its flavor. Great aroma. That jungle green now, we're at the end of the first third, is becoming more pungent. It's becoming more pronounced, which is fine with me. You know, it's like an unripe banana, which I love. I love the ripe banana, but unripe banana I love too. Man, that beer is good. It really, really is good for cigars in that it wipes the palate. All the oils and the flavors that are on the upper palate with this beer, when you do it flushes out. It cleans it up really nice. So that you get, when you smoke your next smoke, it still has a little bit of that apple and that sweetness in there, but when you take your next draw, You could really taste the element of the cigar. The wood is light. It's like very light cedar. I like that the two that are predominant, that chocolate to, that little light sweetness to the unripe, fruit, fucking excellent, right? Already climbing 8.3, 8.3 already. And like I said, it has a potential to get in the 9 club. We're not going to let the drunkenness, the alcohol do our judging for us, but it is getting tastier. The start, it just seemed not. These are ready to smoke now. I don't think sitting on them is going to do much. It might help the beginning of the cigar, but I don't think it's going to do much more. So I probably will approach these in some time. I think they're good to smoke now. Well, but I'll give them some time. I won't smoke another one of these since I only have 4 left. I won't smoke another one for a while. I'll keep those 4 because I think this is going to mature into an even still mature into a better cigar. And these were somewhat affordable. I believe these were in the $40 range for 5. So we're in that $8 a piece price range. That's not bad. For this cigar, that's an excellent price. You have to get them through, not a lot of smoke. I didn't know if my guy carried Nomad. I just purchased them online on the Nomad website. Man, it is chilly out here. I'm glad I have the long underwear. I'm glad I put on the gloves because my hands are already getting chilly. As Joey mentioned, I'm going to need a heater out here or finagle something else out. I got to keep the garage door open or else too much smoke would be better if I close that, but it's better that I have it open so that some of the smoke dissipates, right? Love the finish on this cigar. Really good cigar. Really good. It's a recommended. It's. I would say, even though I'm surprised they have a lot of them and people aren't buying them, it's a must buy. If you like a more, like, if you're into Sumatran seed cigars, Ecuadorian Sumatran, but still Sumatran, if you're into that stronger tone and stronger earth, bold character but smooth, without the spice, fucking, it's there. Yeah, the only problem with being out here is we can't cut I can't cut like, even if I get cold, I can't like bring in the cigar with me. I gotta like smoke this cigar through or else it gets wasted. And some people can. I could possibly do that, but I want to smoke the whole thing to get that experience for myself and for you guys, and take the time, even though it's cold out here. I could be inside, and when I'm inside and I'm not smoking a cigar, is when I'm going to get more stressful or I get more isolated. That's another thing about smoking the cigars and in this manner, is some people like to be a loner when they smoke a cigar. They like to be alone. They want to be by themselves. I like the social aspect of smoking cigars as well. A lot of people probably, there's tons of people that don't. Cigars are very personalized. They want that when they smoke cigars, it's like that they're having that personal time with themselves and sort of meditating, pretty much, yeah, just sort of meditating. Whereas myself, I would prefer, and I'd love to smoke like with somebody else here. I'd have as a guest to smoke a cigar with them and have a beer with. And I don't have that really, when I go to the lounge, or a cigar lounge, I'm very friendly with people. Probably annoying to some, but other people, always meet cool people, and people that are willing to discuss any topic and discuss cigars or other things in life, or just other things, you know. Mainly cigars. I love, like, just like with MMA. I could talk MMA with somebody all day. I'm lucky at work. Like all the guys I work with, they know more about boxing than I do. They love boxing. And they're all boxing fans. I work with a couple African American dudes and Mexican dudes that more on the boxing side, but a couple of them are actually really good, and they all are knowledgeable in MMA, and they have an opinion on it, which is cool. They're not going to just not talk about it, and they don't, you know, they know I have a channel now, but they're willing to state their opinions, and you know, that element about my work is really good. The guys, the people, that I work with are hardworking and just really cool guys, and it's all men. It's all men. We're working with the shit of the plane, so not a lot of ladies want to do that work, but it's all guys. And when we are together and we're able to talk shit and share opinions on, you know, fighting, weed, or not cigars. They haven't smoked cigars yet. I wish that we all had the same day off or something like that. I definitely would invite them and share some of my smokes with them. Say, hey, come over, let's come over. I'll buy a bottle or two for us. We could have some drinks, and I'll give you guys all a cigar. We'll sit down and fucking just smoke up the fucking house, and, you know, because it's a special occasion or whatever. Smoke up the house, sit down, talk, you know, help them out with cigars, teach them how to smoke cigars and enjoy cigar together, you know, which would be fun. But we'll see how the Christmas goes. If I go to a Christmas party or something like that, you know, I could smoke with, or a special event. It just ashed on its own. Fell on the floor, which is fine. It's the garage floor. It's the other positive about being out here. If something spills or something, you know, the ash falls on the floor. You don't have to worry about it hitting the carpet or cleaning anything up. You know, it falls, so you're good. The wrapper on this thing is rich. It's luscious. That spice is back, but in a positive way. So remember I was saying about how the spice shouldn't always be bad. Right now, it is back, and we're halfway through the cigar, and it's blending really nice with the other flavors. Like it truly is more complex. It's moved up into 8.5. We'll give it another 2 points for that. So it's in the 8.5 range and surging. Like it's smooth, great draw, complex, great flavors. Yeah, I knew it. That's why, like, right away they're like, oh, the Sumatran is the only, because they didn't have any cigars. If you go to the website, you go to the Nomad website, they don't have any of the lot of cigars available. They're all sold out. Go to their website. Most of the cigars are sold out. So I bought these, and I'm like, oh, they're the only ones, and it's a Sumatran. I would have bought those anyways, right? I probably would have bought these Sumatrans before some of the ones that they were sold out of, because the ones that they sold out of weren't necessarily novelty cigars, but they were more of those limited production, cookies and cream, you know, like I mentioned before, strawberry shortcake, or all these more boutique-y, you know, specialized cigars, limited blends. And I think that's what makes them popular, and that's why they sell out. It's because they do not have a lot of product. And they choose quality stuff, which obviously I think they do. From tasting the cigar, I think that they make a quality product. Love the box pressing on this thing. Look at this. It's almost octagonal. Reminds me of those old gun making, old barrel. Rich and luscious, heavy in that jungle no, not pastoral, but that jungle green. It's not soft to be the plantain. It is richer than that. It's almost more of a almost unripe banana. Like the banana just when it's about to be ripe, where it still like needs another day. And that's a great characteristic to have for me, right? Everyone's got their own taste. Again, if you like something more on the heavier profile, you know, not like a Connecticut, if you like something that is rich, deep in its woods, and I could recommend this. Without a doubt, I could recommend this. I said it was at the 8.5. I might need to push it to the 8.7. Like I said, I think this at the end might be a 9 club. Might be there as you know, a 9 rated cigar. I think it could get there. Because it was only the start that had that heavy spiciness, and it just took a while for that to burn off and the oils to develop and for the spice to become more subtle. And I was mentioning with the beer before how the sour might be much to finish a whole 6-pack with the cigar. Yeah, it's gonna. I'm not going to do that. It's not going to happen. I'm going to switch to like my margarita or something like that, which is sweet and has those similar elements too. But it's not that it's strong. Is that the sour is a little much after a while. Like 1-2 beers, that's all you need with this thing. Love the effervescence again. And I know I'm repetitive, but love it. That strong sour apple character. If you're into that sour apple, you're going to love this beer. The Sour Monkey from Victory, that's your beer. If you like sour beers and you like apple, I've not tried a lot of sour beers. I normally don't. I knew the Sumatra would be strong, so I did want something to offset it. I didn't think it would have that sweetness, the heavy sweetness that it does. It is almost a little syrupy of sweetness. I did the yeah, it's a little more, you know, heavy sweetness, heavy sugars, but still very flavorful and nice. And love the effervescence. That quality of it cleans the palate, feels nice on the tongue, feels refreshing for a beer. You're not struggling with it. You're not like gulping. You're like, it's delightful. It's almost like a champagne. True champagne of beers. Not Miller High Life. A beer like this is like a champagne of beers with a little sort of that apple flavoring. But I've not tasted a beer that has that character of effervescence in a long time. I can't recall what beer is similar to it, but it has a unique texture. Let's just leave it at that. The texture and character it has is very unique to it. So kudos to Victory, Sour Monkey, for achieving that. And that melon. Starts with a light melon character and then goes into that apple. Very nice balance. Melon and apple, can't go wrong. Has that with effervescence, beautiful. For what it is, I'm giving the cigar a 10. I mean, the beer 9 club. Not giving it a 10. It isn't like, you know, it is knocking my socks off. It is up there. The beer's in the 9 club. Especially if you like a sour. It's not me entirely. I like some more traditional taste, but for what it is, I love that melon and apple balance. So, excellent. Love its placation. You know, it's made by AJ Fernandez. It's going to be super well rolled, and it is, and it's quality tobacco. Love the little the flint flakiness on the top there. Even though it's not uniform, I still love that. That's like a lot of Cuban cigars used to have that smoke quality. You could look and know it's a Cuban leaf, that it would burn and have those little flakes like that at the top. See that? I don't know if you guys can see that, but that's a good sign. I don't mind that at all. When I see that in a cigar, it's like, oh, I don't know what makes it do that. It's good when it has that, a lot of Dominicans always have that, or we're known to have more of a uniform roll, and it would be, sort of cut, sliced, and flat at the top. This has more of the flint slices, and I like that. No one's still in the chat except for Joey. Joey came in. I appreciate that, Joey. Thanks for coming on in, buddy. I do miss you. Too bad you don't drink, nor you smoke, but you do gamble and you do know MMA. I'll give you that. Probably one of the best MMA gamblers out there. One of the best. One of the top guys out there that's for real. On the real. Is it time to take the wrapper off? That's the other thing. It's burning cool. It's not generating a lot of heat. And probably it's because it's so friggin' cold outside. And I would say that's a big plus for smoking in the cold environment. It's keeping the cigar cool, right? It's not burning hot so that you're not getting any tart or something that is more, what's the word I'm looking for? Can't find it. Sharpness to the flavor of the cigar. When it has a lot of heat, the oils heat up so much that it's just sort of unflavorful. It has not tartness, but more of a, like something like a kind of tart, I guess. Like this beer has. Beer is very much a tart. But what do you expect from a sour beer, right? It's like green sour, apple, melon. It goes down smoothly. I don't taste any of the hops whatsoever. I don't know what they use to get it sour. I have to investigate that as well. And I wasn't completely foolish. I think on the Perdomo when I was mentioning like how they age in a barrel, I think from initially myself in my head, I'd have to admit, I was thinking like they had the full cigars already in the whiskey barrel. But even if they have the wrappers, like just the wrappers bundled up inside a whiskey barrel, it's still not aging the way I would think. That the cigars on the outside are going to be different than the inside, than the cigars in the middle. It's all going to be very different. How it affects, how the barrel affects the flavor of the wrappers. Even if they were fully stacked cigars or they were just the wrappers, the barrel aging, I'm curious. And I didn't actually go. I'm going to do that afterwards. I have to go take a look at that. And I'm going to have to take a look at how sour beer is made. Because I'm wondering what they use. I wonder if they use the candy. Ooh, that wrapper came off okay. That came off pretty easy though. Nice embossing. At Godfather? Yeah, at Godfather. Yeah, I wanted to say Godfather. At Godfather. So it has their Twitter or Instagram or whatever. Twitter file at Godfather. GODFADR. So go look at that. Nomad Cigars. Make good stuff. This is a good cigar. The S-310. Highly recommended. Right now an 8.5. It might stay there. I don't see too much more. Maybe at the end, it's just not building enough oils to get to that final thing. But the flavors are really, very, very pronounced. And they're there, right? So that's the only thing it's not getting into the 9 Club. It just doesn't have that heavy oil buildup that I want. I want that sheen. I want the gloss. It has a little bit of it, but it's just not there. And I want the heavy latheriness. And I get it that I've been flushing my palate with this beer, but I want the cigar to be able to do that. Oh, it's getting cold in here. We're at the point now where the internal temperature of the garage is probably almost meeting outside. The main benefit of the garage right now is the wind. I'm not captured in the wind, so that's the main benefit right now, but it is definitely cold in here. It's an ice box. I'm ice boxing myself. That's what you got to do. I'm not enjoying myself, though. A little chilly, but I'm not enjoying myself. Because it's always good to have a drink, and it's always good to have a cigar. I feel a little happier. I am a little happier. We're getting close to, sometimes the holidays, they depress a lot of people. At times I would get depressed that, I didn't feel like my life was very good for a period there. And dare I say, I had envy of people enjoying themselves at the holiday that made me definitely more of a bah humbug's Scrooge, right? A Grinch. And now, no, I'm like, man, I'm happy for people. I don't know what, there was my Indian Uber driver earlier, and I said, bless you, and happy holidays. And he said, happy holidays to me. You could say happy holidays. You don't have to say Merry Christmas. I know people are against the happy holidays, but that's okay. That beer is kicking. 9.5 on the fucking APV. That is high for a beer of this quality that's not like a barrel-aged stout that's so light. I'm very curious about this beer. Very curious on how they got that high alcohol content. Maybe because of the sugars? I'm not certain. I need to learn more. Learn more. Hit A if you'd like to learn more. And again, people, not a lot of MMA talk today because this card's a tough one. Like a lot of Asian fighters that you haven't seen or you might have seen, but you don't know and haven't done enough research. Or right now, I just don't have the time to do the research on. So I'm, from a gambling standpoint, like Joey, I'm staying away from this. I might take Joey's pick. He said Joey's pick is in. He's Song Kanan at plus 150. I think I'd agree with them. Like it's going to be a striking match, but Muslim Sulikov gets hit, right? And he's prone to get knocked out because he keeps his hands low. He's got great reach. He's got a good eye, but he is a little bit older, and he's fighting one of the Asian guys in Asia. A lot of times you have to favor the people at home. Well-rolled cigar. Yeah. Yeah, I wonder, I'm curious from the business aspect of how AJ Fernandez parcels out their tobacco and sells their tobacco to a different brand, right? You definitely have to have the relationship with them. Like they're not just going to let anyone buy their tobacco, right? They got to be, unless they're overpaying and they're like, okay, you're willing to pay anything? Okay, I'll sell it to you. But if you're not someone that has the respect of those people and is going to do their tobacco the right way, they're not going to let you, because as you see in the website, if you go to the Nomad website, it is from AJ Fernandez. They put it on their placard. They put it on the description of the cigar. So they're partnering with them. And it pretty much is an AJ Fernandez cigar in terms of the tobacco and where the tobacco comes from. And I believe who's rolling it, it's AJ Fernandez. who decides like, okay, I want this bundle, I want that bundle, and I want this, is done by Nomad, right? They're creating the blend, but they're using AJ Fernandez cigars to do that. So, and wineries do this too. We saw that with the Owl Sangria that I had that was grown in Modesto. I'm certain that's grown at one of the larger Modesto wineries, right? That they have their own brand and they have other grapes that are available for purchase by a different brand that they'll make for you, right? You decide if you want, what do you want? You want how many of these Zins you want, how many of this you want. Okay, I'll sell that to you. Me being the business, the way I'm in business, I'd love to have that from AJ Fernandez, but if I was AJ Fernandez, I'd be like, no, I'm not selling to a potential competitor. But they're obviously figured out a margin, and they're obviously willing to part with certain tobaccos and have enough of it where they say, okay, yeah, you can have that. I'll sell that to you. And AJ Fernandez still gets points in recognition because they make their money. They make their money on the front end. They didn't have to go to retail to make their money, and then maybe they also like made an agreement where they get part of the retail sale of the cigar as well. They, very small percentage, maybe 3 points, 4 points. Okay, we'll grab that. We'll sell this to you, and you got to give us points on the final end, on the back end. Once you've sold the cigars, you have to give us little bit more if you sell X amount of our product, right? But I assume that's the way it is. I'm not certain. And man, is it cold in here. I could tell when I'm exhaling the cigar. Now it is getting a little bit more of that tardiness, but it is smooth, very flavorful cigar. Love, and it's the, my preference to Sumatran, Cameroon, those heavier wrappers is what I prefer. So I'm gonna rate those, and I'm gonna get more of a positive impression because that's what I like. I like that beefier taste. I like the robust character. I love that jungle earth, slight wood, not even a strong cedar. I like that it doesn't have that strong cedar. I like that it doesn't have, because sometimes wood, if it's not correct to me, it tastes very flat. If it's a flat cedar flavor, I'm not big on that, right? I want it to be, it has to mix well, and I think this cigar is mixing well. Burning excellently. I think the only drawback of smoking cigars, doing a show like this, is that I'm smoking faster. Like, I think if I were in a cigar lounge or in a different setting, not making content and having to talk about the cigar, that even though I am being somewhat repetitive, I would smoke it a little slower. So I tend not to get quite that meditative experience, which I enjoy too. Like I said, I enjoy the meditative experience. And you could have that even with a group. There are times where you don't have to say anything. You could just listen to other people or stop talking and focus on the cigar and what you want to think about or what you want to release or want to embrace. You want to take in other positive things and of what you're thinking. That's important, right? Like that's why smoking cigars is more than just a flavorful experience. It has that meditative quality and pensive, pensive in a positive way, in that you're interacting with yourself in a way that is comfortable, right? That is relaxing. Loving the box press, man. And the aromatics, not pungent, hits the nose, doesn't bother you. That finish, man, so good. So good. I love the ripe banana. I mean, unripe or near ripe banana. It's right in that spectrum, right? It's right there, which is good. It's a good space, man. It's good. I mean, the finish on this is good. The chocolatey beginning is gone. Like more of the oils, because we're at the end now. We're at the final third. We're at the very end. And there's going to be one. There's going to be another set. Like once we get to a nub, it's going to change again. The cigar has a beginning, middle, end, but the end is like two parts. It's almost like the frame 10 of bowling, where you get that little extra. You get another part of it. You get another frame. You get another chance of increasing your score, of adding some points, and you get another sort of flavor characteristic at the nub, right? That's what the nub is. It's like the not quite the fourth, because it isn't. The nub starts really like it's the last. It's like an eighth, you know that last eighth of the cigar, where you get a different flavor set, which is really cool. Or I should say, yeah, cut it in half. Yeah, it's an eighth. But I do enjoy smoking cigars. I really do enjoy drinking, but I enjoy smoking cigars probably even more. Like really, some purists probably, if they were, drug free, they probably wouldn't even want to smoke a cigar. A lot of them smoke, but it's just I love the flavor. The flavor still for me is the most. For me, smoking a cigar a lot of times is beyond the relaxing. It is like having a nice dessert, right? It's like having almost a meal sometimes, but a nice dessert that has just lots of flavor. I love the flavors of cigars. Now I've been smoking cigars most of my life now. And we're going on. I started smoking cigars, I want to say, at 18. Yeah, 18, we were able to buy tobacco, right? 18 years old. Because we used to go to Up Down Tobacco, and I forget the name of the lady. She'd card us. Like, she'd card us. Even though we had fake IDs, she'd card us. And I don't think when I was younger, and I was younger than 18, I was into the alcohol and the weed, but I wasn't into the cigars yet. And then one of our buddies, my buddy Brad, got us all into the cigars. Brad got us into a lot of things. But yeah, I got into the cigars because of him, because like we would sit around, smoke weed, drink good liquor, and smoke good weed and smoke cigars. Almost like what Joe Rogan does now. We did that shit. The guys do that now. We did that shit 30 years ago. Over 30 years ago, now 30 plus years ago. We were sitting around, group of guys, they would play Nintendo, and yeah, mainly Nintendo Tetris and Sonic and Mario, Nintendo Mario Brothers. And I didn't play video games, and I would just, those video games. Oh shit, I just fucking squeezed the shit out of my cigar. Again, when this happens, that de-wrapping, don't fuck with it. I squeezed it a little much, and I heard it crack a little bit. So that's not on the cigar. That was my doing. I don't know why I did it. Probably because it's cold out here, and I just needed to feel my fingers. It's freezing in the cigar. We're definitely getting a heater. So hopefully I don't get kicked out of the garage and have to get a tent. But we're definitely getting a heater. Even for this cigar, we're getting a heater. But how much would a heater help? No, I guess I still could. It would make a lot of noise, and I don't want those. I have to get it something electronic. I wouldn't want something that was kerosene, although the kerosene ones and gas ones burn better, because then you have that exhaust in here in the garage. But they work better. I wonder what they use in football, at the football fields. I wonder now if they've switched to, if they use a gas one. I know they used to, if they use a gas and I'll look on YouTube, the good old YouTube, and look at the Amazon reviews of all the heaters that are available. And if you guys have a recommendation of a heater that is electric or gas, let me know. Let me know what you guys use, especially if you're a cigar smoker. Yeah, we're getting cold. I'm getting cold because I can start to feel my feet getting chilly, and I didn't put on my warm socks. I still have my dress socks, my pink dress socks. But we'll see. We'll see, guys. We'll see what's out there. Unfortunately, I think I'm gonna have to cut the stream a little shorter. That's okay. There's not a lot of people in here. If you made it this far, you are about better. You obviously like cigars. May not be your cup of tea, but thank you for joining me and being with me for just this short a time. If you are listening to me, please comment something in the comment section. I really appreciate it. Any positivity that comes out of my streams, I really appreciate it. Any feedback, any participation, I'm down with it. I'm for it. Because it's a little, even like yesterday, like I said, I saw this guy, he had 13 videos. I have more videos than I have subscribers. In total, I have done over 300 videos over the past 3 years or something like that. Yeah, I have 359 videos and I have 329 subscribers. So this guy has had more subscribers than I had. He had 380 or close to 400 subscribers with 13 videos. And I wish I had that average. If I would say anything to that guy, African American guy, I forget the channel he was on, I'd be like, dude, you should make more videos. Because obviously people like you and are subscribing to you, and it's incredible getting that amount of subscribership just on 13 videos. That's a big positive. So I'd say to him, just keep making more content, man. You're going to blow up. And I don't necessarily want to blow up, but I would love to have more participation. So I'm not here just rambling to myself or rambling to you guys in this way, unscripted, just off the cuff. It'd be nice to bounce ideas off of you, have more participation from people. Let me know their opinions. I do appreciate other people's opinions on cigars, on MMA, on gambling, on beer, on wine. Let me know. On watches, right? On watches. Love my watches too. Love my shoes. I'm wearing my Clark boots today. Clothing. I subscribe to, there's a guy here, he's having a Christmas party. Gent Z, really, really good content if you're into clothing and more gentleman clothing. So he's gentleman from Generation Z, but he likes that older, sort of more bespoke qualities and the bespoke. But see, also, you don't fuck with the thing and it's gonna burn through it, and it's okay. At this point, I don't think it would matter if I close the garage door. I have it just open a little bit, like a foot and a half, to let it breathe out, so that it isn't so pungent in here. And but it's still gonna smell. But yeah, it's actually would be nice. Even I wouldn't even want it closed, because actually I could close it. Yeah, this cigar cannot burn hot. It's so cold out here, and there's no wind. And that wrapper, that part, it's going to lower the flavor a little bit, but it is not going to be a problem. And the way it looks like it was almost doubled. Not quite, but it's not going to be an issue, guys. Don't fuck with imperfections in your cigars. Don't do the hole punching. Don't do the wrapper licking and trying to redo everything. Just be more cautious. Just be more gentle with it. And smoke through the imperfection. Yeah, now it's getting the oils are there now, as always. Towards the end of the cigar, the oils are going to be heavier. That's always going to have the best oils because it's burning hotter. All the The oils that have been going through the cigars are more concentrated at the end. Just like a roach in your marijuana if you're smoking a joint. The last part's going to be more impactful, like more powerful. And what's great about this cigar, because of the cold and the heat, or that it's not burning as hot, it's still very smooth, right? It's not pungent. It doesn't have that tart part to it. It's still very, very smooth, very luscious, like I mentioned from the start, or in the middle, I should say, from like a good portion of it. And you see, it's gonna, that part's gonna burn off fine. Nice. That luscious green, the unripe banana, closer to more unripe banana, is still very good. It's tasting more unripe banana at this point, but it still has that sweetness to it, and I don't mind that at all. I don't mind that at all. At all. 8-7. 8-7, guys. We'll give it another 2 points. Despite the crack there, which was my fault. So rich. Yeah, now the final taste on it is heavy green banana, unripe banana. Still a little sweet, but heavy unripe banana, which as I keep on mentioning for the 4th time, don't mind it. Nomad. Definitely try more of their cigars. I don't know if Norwood Park carries them. I'm going to make one more decent cigar purchase of various cigars soon, which scares me. Because, I'm smoking more of the premium level cigars now. Like I mentioned, this is a decent price. These are were like $8 a piece, which is not bad. Add a little $6 shipping or something like it was, or was it more than that? Was it 13? It was a little pricey on the shipping, and I get it. I don't think it was that much. I don't recall what the shipping price was, but I have these 5 and then 5 over there samplers. So go on their website and take a look at the samplers, because I'm going to start to smoke through some of those. Problem is, those don't have any bands, no descriptions, right? They say that it's been part of their previous selections or made up of previous cigars that they did go into production, but it's more of a flavor sampler or a testing sampler. And I don't mind that at all, because you're going to get a bunch of different stuff. Problem is, you're not going to know what it is. You'll know what some of them could be, and that's going to be very interesting to smoke through those, because it's just going to be off the cuff notes, off the cut descriptions, off the cuff what what it's what is constituted of, or what it's constructed out of in terms of wrapper, filler, and binder. It's all going to be unknown. And I meant to send them an email of like, hey, what do I got here? And I'm certain they're going to just tell me like, hey, that's part of it. It could be this and that. It could be all these things. They're just samplers of various blends that we've tried. So, but I still will email them. Yeah, that Fisher's going to be fine. I am getting super cold out here, guys. I don't want to get sick, so I'm going to stop this stream, and it's going to take me some time to put all my shit away, take my stuff in. I guess that's another good thing, which is odd. Last time I was out here, the battery life on my computer went faster. I think the cool being out in cold helped the battery a little bit, which is very interesting. Like it just didn't burn as fast because I got like near full battery life. Last time I was near dead at this point. I didn't know how long I've been streaming. It's snowing out here, guys. We're at the nub, or near the nub. Not quite nub, but near there. Very smooth, very unoffensive. See the wrapper binder? See that? No problem. Just like with a lot of things, it broke, yes. Don't fix it. With cigars, they're like, don't try to fix it. Don't try to cut it off or peel that. Just let it be what it is, and it's going to burn through that. And it still has the same flavor characteristics, same profile. When you start to mess with it is when it could just complicate it. You're sort of like snowballing it, complicating it, and making it go worse. All right. At the nub, it's a lot of oil, which is good, and I expected more. And that's why I wonder if aging is going to help the oils go throughout, like burn better and richer. Like it could be a richer cigar. I'm not certain. It's already from fucking 10 years, is it? Is that what they said? What did they say? Right, not victory, but where's that Nomad description? Like it's from already, 2013, so it's already 11-year-old tobacco. Original production was 11 years ago. So I don't think it can get any smoother. I don't think aging is going to help it at all. I could be wrong. I'll let you guys know. We'll smoke it again. And in fact, I need to start doing that with some of my other tobacco. We might revisit some of the cigars and redo some of the cigars. Like I've reviewed cigars through now 2 to 3 years. So we'll go through some of them back again and we'll do another revisit. And I have cigars, a lot of the cigars I have done reviews of, most of them I have in my humidor. I still have most of the cigars that I do reviews on, I have a little stock of them, or I have some of them, and we do revisit them time to time. Sometimes it's not in an actual cigar review. It's like more of just sip and smoke with UFC, and I've already reviewed it, so I won't do a cigar review of it. I'll just have it when I'm talking about MMA, like the Aurora cigars I have, like the Rocky Patel vintage that I have, like, there are plenty of them, right? There are others that are in that school that I've already did a review on, and I'll smoke them again as I'm on camera, and they just all have gotten better. And I'm hoping, and we're gonna do that with this one. But see, the Fisher is now burnt through. Now I'm gonna do what you shouldn't do when you're cold, is I'm gonna take a piss. It's like hailing rain right now. Man, this is fucking cold. My cold hand on my penis actually feels good. That's what's nice about having a backyard. You just come back here and just pee on the grass. And it's winter, the grass is gonna die anyways. Yeah, I spit a lot too. Haktui, girl. Haktua. Man, yeah. It's like a ice rain, like snowy rain, like not cool. Like it's cold. It's cold. I see why. I see why I'm cold, because the temperature drop here in Chicago, people, that it's insane. Insane. And that cigar's burning really good. Cigar is still burning by itself, really nice. You don't normally see that, but I think there's enough wind here, enough circulation, which is good too, because I want the air to circulate. Problem is, as it's getting to a nub, there's that little unpeel. I'm not going to worry about that right now. I'm not going to peel it. It gets harder to hold with gloves. But now we fully burnt through that fissure, that break, right? You see that? Not a problem, guys. So Nomad S-307, 8.7 is a rating. The pick of the week is Joey's pick, and I'd agree with him with Song Kanan, because that was the first thing I saw. I was like, Song Kanan's like experienced, like one of the better fighters, fighting one of the better Russian fighters, like not a bad fighter himself, but like as a dog, you got to go with that. So that's like the MMA pick of the week, or so far my pick of the week. My last pick of the week, Jim Miller, hit, as you guys noticed. My Jim Miller pick, if you guys go back, you know, all transparency, you can see that I was correct on that. Great little win. Didn't bet enough. I only put $30 on it, $37 actually, because I had another $7 here and there. And then actually a little more than that, because my parlay with him and Chris Wyman, I parlayed him and Chris Wyman, so it became a straight bet on him for another 10. So it was like $47 at like plus 150, which is not bad at all. So I made profit, and I'm still down for the year. We're still at that 800 and something dollars level of losses, but we're not going to gain anything on this fight. And maybe if there's something in December, we're going to see how that goes. I'm not going to get out of the red this year. Just my betting increments have lowered. Just not making that money that I used to make, and not betting as much. So, which is a good thing. Understand your limits. Lower your limits. If you're losing, you're losing. Don't keep like, oh, I'll make it back up. I'll make it back up. I'll make it. After a month of not making it back up, you know, change your strategy. Go back for little. That's what I've been doing, and little by little, nipping and nipping. I'm down $800. I was once down at the beginning of this year $1,900. $1,900 would force me to like, hey, I gotta stop. And I lowered my increments. I lowered what I went from $100 increments lower to that, to basically like $30 and $20 again on a bet, and little by little inched back and made back $1,000 of that loss, basically, if not a little bit more than that. So we're still losing, but we're winning. Losing in the long run, winning in short, long term losing still, but short term doing better with the lower increments. Yes, I should have bet more on a lot of these things, but I gotta be smart about it. I can only lose what I could afford to lose, and right now just can't afford to lose that much. So understand what your betting limitations are. You don't have to prove anything to anybody as a capper. If you're doing this gambling, you know, YouTube thing, as a gambler, you're there trying to make money for yourself, and you don't have to like show out. You don't have to like make big stacks and racks to win. A win is a win, you know, and that's what's up. I like that one of my coworkers, and I told him what I've been doing. He's like, man, you're doing great, man. Look at. He's like, man, that's awesome. I told him I only won like, you know, $80 or $90. He's like, that's what's up. That's good, man. A win's a win, and making a profit's a profit, and you're making, you know, $80 off a $30 bet is great, right? You know, that's not bad, right? Making, you know, as profit, that's good. That's fantastic profit. What is that percentage? 80 divided by 30 times 100, is that what it is? Like, and that would show you how much your profit margin is. That's not bad. So think of it that way. What is your profit margin, based on what your investment was? You have to use a little bit of investment strategy when you're doing these things. And if you know, like just like the watch guys, they'll tell them directly. Like that dude Volcom, I like that he does that. He'll show you like, I paid $30,000 for this fucking watch. I made I made $2,000 off of it. What is the percentage? And he's at like, sometimes he's only, it doesn't sound great. He's at 5%, 10% profit. It's a profit, right? And you get those little nibbles, those little wins add up. The little wins, you keep on adding the little wins. Keep on adding those up, and over time, hopefully you're in the black. This year, I'm not going to get out of the red. Not going to get out of the red. I'm not going to try. Not going to really like do this last spurt. There's nothing I see out there, you know, that I'm attracted to it all. And even if I went like at a 3-to-1 margin, like if I went with Gary against Shavkat Rakhmonov, who's, Gary is a 3-to-1 underdog, and I'm not going to do it. I'm not suggesting you do it. But even if I did that 3-to-1, I'm only going to put like $30 on it, right? So I'm going to make $60 profit if he wins. That isn't going to get me out of my hole. I've acknowledged that I'm going to have a losing year again, but my losing year this year is not going to be as bad as last year. Last year was like 2,700 or 1,700? I think it was 1,700 last year. Might have been more. I think it was 1,700. So it's going to be less than last year. I'm still overall in the profit from all my gambling history, but again, is it worth it to continue gambling, or should I have invested that $5,000, $8,000 over the past 2 years into my 401k, more money in my 401k, or more money into my IRA, or more money into your health savings account? You might have been better doing that, right? Because you're not have a chance of losing that much, unless fucking Trump fucking crashes the 401k, which I'm fucking scared he might do. Scared he might fucking crash the market. But man, it's cold in here. But yeah, bet wisely, guys. Bet what you can. Do not worry. Do not worry what everybody else is doing. Do not worry about what I'm doing. Not just information, but just as a money management standpoint, do what you can do. Mitigate your risks. Risk what you can afford to risk. And that's it, guys. Like a lot of people don't tell you that shit. They're just like, hey, these are my picks, blah, 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 blah. Next thing you know, you're like, maybe they did that to me. They listen to you, and then somebody loses a lot of money on it. It's like, I don't want you to do that. I don't want you betting big money on what I say I'm doing. Bet what you can and enjoy the fights. Like, I still enjoy the fights and enjoy gambling, because I enjoy gambling. I genuinely enjoy betting on my picks, because when I'm right, I love it. Like when Jim Miller won, I felt like I was standing up on the top of the cage with him. Like, I felt so good. I was like, not that I was right for you guys. I was just more happy happy for him as a veteran and as one of the true. He's Hall of Famer material. Most fights, most wins, I think, in the UFC. Like, Hall of Famer. Like, happy, just happy all around, and happy that I made money, and happy if you've told me you'd made money. So if you've made it this far, you are about better. I appreciate all you people and everybody that comes in. Please comment, like, and subscribe. Visit Nomad Cigar'S. Try one of these. If you like sours, try one of these Victory sours. They make a good beer. Flavored, I want to figure out how they do their flavoring. I'm going to learn all that stuff. But still great, like I mentioned earlier, great effervescence, strong sour, strong apple. If you're into that stuff, good beer. Not in the 9 Club, in the 8-7 range. For what it is good. For what it is, it's good. Just like the cigar. For what it is, it's very good. And you could sort of say that with everything, whoa, what it is. But no, it's quality, has consistency, has great balance, very flavorful, and is just tasty. Like, tasty is what tasty is, as I mentioned in the beer and in the cigar. Both of them are very tasty cigars. I mean, very tasty products. Like it. Look at that. Look at that nub construction. Freaking awesome. So if you made it this far, wait, let me do my outro music. Let me get my outro going. All right, guys, let me get my outro going. Right. I don't have any products to support. Thank you, Joey. Thank you, D-Rest. Real News MMA. Everybody that supports me. Please comment, like, and subscribe. Stay warm. Buy some good products. Stay warm this winter. Watch your money. Spend time with your family, guys. Spend time with your mom, your dad, regardless of what you might feel and have issues. Man, it's like a little hailing right now. Enjoy your time with your family during the holidays. It is nice to have family. And if you don't have family, You got friends, you got me here. You know, I'm here for you people. I'm here for the people, genuinely. And I know these holiday times could be tough for people, but you can make it through. Enjoy a cigar, enjoy a nice beer, sit down, write down a plan for next year. Make some choices for next year that are going to help you. But enjoy the people that are your family and your friends. Enjoy them. Enjoy your time with them. It's important. It truly is important. Like this year, out of many years for me, it's very important. And I wish all of you the best. We're definitely going to do more streams. So I've enjoyed this time. I am the Bout Better, Roberto, checking out. If you've made it this far, you are a Bout Better.